Okay, episode 6 of female vocals. Calm down, folks. It's okay. So let's start out here. Is this right? Yeah, this should be where I'm at. So Joni Mitchell. She's been kind of a popular artist. Um, Probably should be in my regular rock and roll collection. I don't know, but here she is in female vocals. Um, Yeah, so I just watched her perform on that Elton John, Bernie Taupin PBS special, um, doing Still Standing. Um, she's This is one of the albums that really got me listening to more of Joni. I had heard some Joni Mitchell. My brothers play guitar, and so I'd hear something like Both Sides Now or some of the uh, earlier Chelsea Morning and such. But wasn't until this album I was like playing backgammon with a friend and was like going, "Oh, there's a lot more here. There's a lot more here." So gave me a new impression, new respect for Joni and her art. Um, so let's see what else we have with Joni. For the Roses. And just another one of those artists that was in the Laurel Canyon with so many of the other Christ Stills and Nash and some of the Mothers of Invention, so many others that were in Laurel Canyon. She's out of Canada, but she became friends with David Crosby and Mama Cass, and she did some interesting turns, right? She didn't just go in whatever the producers wanted her to do. Oh, this is your sound, Joni. You should stay in this lane. I mean, she got a bass player that, oh boy, now I gotta remember his name, right? So the guy, it's Jaco Pastoria. Jaco. So Jaco had his own problems, but Jaco did a fretless bass, and just a phenomenal player. So Joni had him on like Blue. I'm pretty sure he's on this one, although I thought he was on the last one. But this one also has Stephen Stills on bass and guitar, and James Taylor. So she worked with some other great artists, besides Jaco Pastorius. But she took some chances, and did albums. I mean, this album I think is kind of a little different. The hissing of summer lawns is a little different as well, and but she marched to her own drummer, right? She had her own beat, and Court and Spark is the one most people know. I know that was the one my sister played in her room all the time, where I got to hear most of those Help Me, Free Man in Paris, Twisted. So excellent artist. Here's another one, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. And it might take you a couple listens, to appreciate some of her records that, maybe you don't get into it right away. You might have to dig a little deeper, but it's worth the exploration. I mean, she's got some interesting sounds and interesting poetry and lyrics, and you always are finding something. Joni Mitchell record, Chalk Mark in a Rainstorm. And then we have something totally different, Marilyn Monroe. We're thinking Marilyn Monroe doing a lot of, she was in lots of musicals. But there she is. More probably should be in my personality records. Then we have Anne Murray. And this one she's covering a Joni Mitchell song. Both Sides Now is on here. But another artist that was interesting, Snowbird, I remember that one. And then Laura Nyro. Here's another singer-songwriter. And I like The Fifth Dimension. That was another one I heard my sister playing a lot, and a lot of those songs I discovered later were all Laura Nyro songs. Not all, but a lot of them were Laura Nyro songs, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and When I Die. Right, that's a Blood, Sweat, and Tears thing. Stony End. I think that was. Oh, I think it's Linda Ronstadt that covered that one. Look in here real quick, see if I see more on this one. But Wedding Bell Blues is another one of hers. It's not on that record, but maybe it's on this one. But I got to see her at a Bumbershoot later on in her life, and she wasn't young and sexy anymore, but she was still a great artist. I think she ended up having some health problems and passing away. But another fine singer-songwriter, Laura Nyro. Another good one to explore. And that's it for episode 6 of Female Vocals. All right, champ out.